Before we start our collages, we're going to practice cutting out because it's really important that you don't have halos of the background. So first thing I want you to do is write your name first and last, your hour on all three of these. This one's a little bit small, but if it's sort of legible and I can kind of match it up with these two, then you're good to go. So these are easily lost. Make sure you do that first. Then cut them out roughly to make it easier. And the key here is to turn the paper, not the scissors. So you want to keep your elbow next to your side. As soon as your elbow comes up in the air, then you lose hand-eye coordination. So, sorry, but this is going to be annoyingly loud. The paper cutting is just ridiculously loud. I have no idea what to do about that. Okay, so I'm going to just keep my eye on where the black line is and keep my elbow close to my side. Go slow. Turn the paper, not the scissors. Turn the paper, not the scissors. What? Turn the paper, not the scissors. Turn the paper, not the scissors. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Turn the paper, not the scissors. Na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, it's my first one. This one has some jagged edges on it, so I don't try to go all the way, like I don't try to turn my scissors there and go up that way. I'm going to go from the outside in like a so. Again, keep your elbow to your side. I'm keeping my elbow to my side. Keeping my elbow to my side, sitting here by myself in the art studio because your crazy art teacher talks to herself when you're not here, but it is what it is. All right, there's my next one. Now this one, I put some holes on the inside. On yours, it doesn't have this hole. This hole is super small. That one's so small, it's really difficult to get to. So I made a slightly bigger one for you to go with. So again, you're going to turn the paper, not the scissors. Turn the paper, not the scissors. And remember, your scissors are in your table cubby. Please make sure that you put those back where they belong so the next class can find them. Now, if you happen to have an area that's really tricky, and you can tell, I'll cut some of that off, get out of my way. There, that was a little bit tricky for me. Then I can always use a little bit of modification there. And I could use some permanent marker if I need to kind of fill in a space. If it's really small, but it's still obvious, make sure you're keeping your elbow to your side. Kind of lost it there a little bit jagged. I'm gonna refocus, take my time. Now when I'm cutting out an area, let's say between a person's arm, like they have their hand on their hip and the body, then I will wait until the last minute, until I'm ready to actually glue it on, before I cut that negative space out. I just want to remember to actually do that. So this one, after I did it, it was really hard, y'all. So practice that, but I'm telling you, it's tricky. Now, you're going to cut through, and that's why I keep this to the last minute. I'm going to cut through there, and then when I go back to glue it, I'll glue it together so that you won't even notice that it was ever cut. All right. So I'm going to take my time because the littler ones are so much harder. Trying to think of a way to entertain you because this is not exactly thrilling to watch. All right. Now, you can also put another hole in there if you feel like you need to practice. And if you just aren't getting this, if it's not coming naturally, pretty sure everybody has a pair of scissors they can use at home. make up any random shape and just practice it. It's hand-eye coordination. It's a good skill to have. So once you have all 3 of these, you have your name on it, they're cut out. There shouldn't be any jagged edges. This, I do have a slight jagged edge here. But it's really not that noticeable. So I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to staple them all together, put the big one on the bottom, small one on top, make sure my name's on everything, and voila, turn it in.